Hello travelers, Boardman21 here, and today's build will be the Necromancer with the Reflect minion damage. And if you don't have that, that's okay. We're still using the Poison Wraiths and they'll still do poison damage, and we're gonna have a lot of them. In this patch, they nerfed Rip Blood so that Rip Blood orbs would only come from one hit per one cast, which means you no longer had unlimited mana and you no longer had unlimited ward. So now that there was a limit on both, we had to find a new way, and so we brought Drain Life into the equation and just threw out Rip Blood altogether. Now we get unlimited mana, we have capped resistances, we have 6k plus armor because of the amount of minions, and we can still get 100 plus minions. And if you have really good procs with the minions dying and proccing another Wrath, you can have up to 150, even 200 if you really go all out on health and minion regen so that you can keep them for longer. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the skills. For skills, we're running Summon Bone Golem, Bone Curse, Drain Life, Dread Shade, and Summon Wraith. For Summon Bone Golem, we have 3 points in Amalgam of Mages, 5 points in Bone Growth, 5 points in Amalgam of Sentinels, 4 points in Tower of Bones, and 3 points in Unnatural Speed. For Bone Curse, we have 4 points in Crippling Anguish, 5 points in Conflation, 1 point in Bone Prison, 5 points in Ossify, 1 point in Shattered Prison, and 4 points in Iron Maiden. Bone Curse will be on auto cast, so that every time it comes off its 6-second cooldown, it will cast again. We're just using it so that the Bone Prison will actually pull the aggro of all the mobs so that they will leave us alone as much as possible. For Drain Life, we have 2 points in Thought Seal, 1 point in Condemnation, 3 points in Ravenous, 3 points in Insatiable, 1 point in Dark Shackles, 2 points in Enduring Night, 1 point in Grasp of the Damned, 4 points in Empowered Drain, 1 point in Puissant End, 1 point in Grim Harvest, and 1 point in Necrotic Feast. So what this does is this gives you more health leech. You'll only target your minions with it. You can take that off if you'd like to do some damage to the enemies around you as well. You also get 10 mana per second for each minion that you are hitting with it, and since we took it out of being channeled and just as a cast, and we can have 10 additional targets, that means that you can hit up to 13 of your minions with just one cast, and you get back 10 mana a second, which means if you have 10 Wraiths in one small area, you're getting 130 mana a second. As you can tell, we just have an unlimited amount of mana coming back to us. For Dread Shade, we have 3 points in Flesh Harvest, 1 point in Martyrdom, 3 points in Wisdom of the Dead, 3 points in Lingering Doom, 2 points in Spectral Presence, 3 points in Dying Coven, 1 point in Panaceous Pack, 1 point in Egoism, and this is to give it a 6-second cooldown so that we could also put it on autocast and not have to worry about it. 2 points on Grim Fate, and 1 point in Symbiotic Operation. When this is on a minion and you are in the circle, you do get 25 additional armor per intellect that you have. We only have about 30 intellect on this build, but that's still 600 and something, 700 free armor that we get just from this one skill alone. And then for Summon Wraiths, we have 1 point in Locus of Resurrection, 5 points in Haunting, 1 point in Spirit Blood, 1 point in Skin Rags, 1 point in Flee from Death, 2 points in Grave Reality, 4 points in Delay the End, 1 point in Spirit Link, and 4 points in Wrath Bringer. For passives, we have 28 points in the base Acolyte class, with 4 points in Bone Aura, 8 points in Forbidden Knowledge, 1 point in Mania of Mortality, 4 points in Unnatural Preservation, 4 points in Dark Rituals, 1 point in Soul Aegis, 1 point in Stolen Vitality, and 5 points in Crimson Gluttony. We have 16 points in the Lich, with 8 points in Crippling Insight, 8 points in Survival of the Cruel. And for the Necromancer with 67 points, we have 8 points in Risen Army, 1 point in Grave Thorns, 8 points in Blood Armor, 9 points in Mortal Tether, 5 points in Reclamation of Souls, 3 points in Putrid Retribution, 5 points in Frantic Summons, 3 points in River of Bones, 10 points in Heresy, 8 points in Tyrant, 3 points in Cling to Life, and 4 points in Empty the Graves. When you have 100 minions, this gives you 1600 armor, along with a lot of health regen, but the 1600 armor is huge. And then for items, we have our Summon Wrath Putrid idols, so that we have a good chance. We have a total of 92% between these two. You'd optimally want to have 100%. We took off our weapon, but we'll put that back on. So we were trying to drain life the minions, and it was doing a lot of damage to them. However, our weapon didn't seem to change that amount of damage at all. So it doesn't really matter what weapon you have. But we like a scepter, we like to do damage over time and cast speed. You can also put minion damage on there. Our other idols that you're going to want is increased health and flat health on the 1x3 immortal idols. And we have some extra necrotic resistance and some health on kill. You can do anything you want for a 1x2. For our gear, we have minion reflect back to attackers along with health. We have increased minion health and minion health regen wherever we could put it. And you're going to want set elemental resist, and you're going to want set physical and void resist. We're not too worried about the necrotic and poison. We got those as the suffixes in a few spots, along with a lot of it came out of the passive tree, so we didn't have to worry too much about it. I'm just going to hover over all of the items real quick so that you can see them. And then for our character sheet, you can see that we have all of our resistances capped, except for poison. We're 8% under, which is okay. Just sitting here with nothing, we have 1,250 armor. However, as you start to cast everything and you get your minions, you'll see that our armor already is taking off, and then as you collect minions, it's going to go all the way up to 7k. I've had as high as 8,000 armor if you have enough minions, so it's definitely worth it. Once you get a Dread Shade going and you get in the circle, you get even a little bit more, and that bonus will go up as the minion loses life. You seem to get a little bit more from the buff, but yeah, as you can see, armor is well above 5,000. Just keep your minions alive and you'll do as well with it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some gameplay.